Association.
Yeah.
With your hosts, Carl Contois and Renfield Hackler. With featured readers, Alana Bernstein, Mac Jacoby, and Northern's darling wild rover himself, Jorb Brewer. I'm a warm lump of flesh, fat, and bone, and here's a song. Graduate writers, have a lot of thanks. We've got our souls stuck in our laptops, and no one ever says thanks. So we need another outlet. Because we lock up and brood, because that's the name of the game. And we type out our fears and imagine our fame. We'll make all our enemies suddenly love us. But we still need another outlet. Because your new epic poem in the shape of an hourglass won't work if you don't let it out. And your novel about the drug deals and the lobsters won't speak if you don't let it out. And the song that you wrote last night when you were drunk won't speak if you don't let it out. And the body you've got hidden in your trunk won't speak if you don't let it out. Whoa. Let's start the show. Now we have a very special show for you tonight. With a very, 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 very special guest host here, because Sarah can't always fulfill her presidential duties because she got accepted to like 19 PhD programs or something. So we've got an old favorite, a blast from the past, if you will. The English department's beautiful conch shell of a man. He's the man who's taller than tall. He's the man at the end of the hall. He's the man about whom I now speak. He donates plasma 15 times a week. He's Richard Hackler. Okay. This is the part for anyone who's interested in learning a little something about songwriting, where I switched from a major chord to a minor chord to let everyone in the room know that things are about to get really serious. I think that everyone in this room has very high opinions of Richard. And I had high opinions of him myself before I started doing research to write this song. And I found out some disturbing things, but I couldn't say them on my own. Because they have other people in this room right now, brave among us, have agreed to come forth and testify. So I'm going to ask person who is testifier, testifyee number 1, to stand now and speak.
When I hear the name Richard Hackler, I hear one phrase: animal abuser. You see, we had the sled dog races down here, and Richard was really into the sled dog races. He was watching the little Twitter feed, and he was figuring out which team would win. And so I followed Richard that morning when they were going to come in that Sunday morning. I was in my sweatpants, and I was sitting there acting like I wasn't going out, but I followed him. And I watched what Richard did. He walked along the lake. He was cheerful as always. He did a little dance, and he came around the back side where the dogs would come in. And he knew which team would win, and he walked up to the little trucks where the dogs were put after they finished the race, and he walked up to each little cage, and he stuffed himself, and then he vomited into each cage. Vomited into the straw. So that winning dog team would have to ride back to Minnesota in Richard's vomit. That's the type of man Richard Hackler is. I live with him.
Thank you. Oh, wait. Please hold your applause to the end. Because there's so much more about this guy. So I'd like to call testifier, testifyee, number 2, to stand now and speak to the crowd.
I have a long and sad story about my experience with Richard.
before I even met Richard, I heard such good things about him from everybody in the program, right? There was no one like him. When people would talk about him, their eyes would light up. I was really excited to meet him. I had heard how kind he was, how joyful. At the first welcoming party of the year at Ashley and Nicole's house, Richard was there, and I remember walking in, he was in the kitchen, there was like a group around him, and everyone was really excited. You could just see how much joy he brought to the room. And so I joined in, and I could see right away he was a great listener,